Well, hello, Andy Bassist, coming at you again, PMC Studios. This time with a Cali76 bass compact bass compressor. It's a smaller, shrunken down version of their larger Cali76 compressor, but obviously this one is now more bass focused. There's other ones in the range that obviously have a more guitar focus as well, but they've done for the bass dudes because a lot of bassists are obviously using the larger Cali units. It's pretty self-explanatory what's on the front of it. We'll go through a few settings and I'll just play and then I'll show how it affects fuzzes and distortions, etc, etc. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll show you a clean sound. That's my Squire P bass. That's Kim. If any people who's watched the channel before, it's got a Seymour Duncan pickup that's going basically into the Cali76, nothing else, and then it's just going straight into my CCM 100, which I've got an AKG 112 slapped in front of it, going straight into my mixing desk and into my laptop. So yeah, that was the clean sound. Here's the affected sound, Cali76. As you can see, really nice, warm. It does everything that the larger Cali76 units have been doing. It's basically that in a smaller box with a few little added tweaks. The main one on this compressor, or the main two, I should say, on the bass version, are the dry signal. You've got an amount to adjust how much dry signal is in the mix. And then you've also got your high pass filter. Now the dry signal obviously allows you to do the really cool parallel compression thing where you have your original uncompressed signal being mixed with the outgoing compressed signal, which allows you to keep a lot of dynamics and just the feel, rather than sometimes what you can get is it just being compressed to hell and you lose all of the sort of finesse, especially if you're a clean player. And you use your fingers and the way you hit the strings, you don't want it completely leveling everything out. The high pass filter, what that does is with it turned off all the way to the left, it's basically doing the same amount of compression to all the strings. As you wind it up, it's basically high passing the high strings. So you get less compression on the high strings, more compression on the low strings. So it evens everything out, and you get a really big fat bottom end. It sort of boosts the low end. It's really cool. So we'll get to that in a minute. Obviously, the one difference from the original Cali76 is they couldn't fit on this size pedal a scale for how much compression you've got going on. So rather than a scale, you've got the really, really cool dual light, which obviously changes colour from red to orange, depending on where your compression is, basically, and how much it's compressing. So you've heard the clean sound. Let's get a bit more into the Cali76. So I'll play a little bit more with this setting, and then what I'll do is I'll play with the high pass filter. As you can see there, what I did was take some of the dry out, so I've had to compensate with the volume, so that you get an equal volume. As you can see, you can feel that the sound just gets a lot tighter, and it just gets more compressed, obviously, when you take the dry out, because you're only left with the compressed signal. So I'll leave it on that mode, and what I'll do is I'll just rotate through the ratios so that you can see the level of compression. And if I go back to not having the Cali76 on at all, you'll realise how much that's compressing. And now with the Cali76. I really hope that came across on the speakers. It's sometimes with the compressors, it's a playing thing. It feels different to play. That's definitely the case. I really hope it did come across. It just, everything's a lot tighter. It's a lot more. There's a lot less dynamics in the playing. It's really, really squishing it down. So what I've done now is I've put the ratio back to where it was to begin with. I believe that's the 4:1. So it's still quite a lot of compression for a bass, but it's a really nice level of compression. It's not overly harsh. So what I'll do now is I'll swipe through the attack and release knob, so basically you can see what it's doing. Basically, in one setting, I believe, feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, that in the left-hand side, I believe you've got a fast attack, slow release, and as you go around to the right, you get a slow attack and a fast release. But feel free to correct me on that. So let's start with it all the way down there. So there you go. You can obviously see that makes quite a bit of. Again, it does make a lot of difference sat here in front of the cab playing. On a video, you might think that's not doing so much, but you have to really listen through. I definitely recommend really good quality headphones, so that you can hear all the response and the transients and what's going on. Hey, okay, so what I've done is I've zoomed out the camera so you can see what's going on with the pedal board. There's a lot on it, mainly distortion. So we're going to show how it interacts and how it works with different fuzzes and distortions and chorus, whatnot. So first off, obviously the sound of the Cali. So let's put a fuzz into that. Right now in front of me I've got the Red Witch, or the Grey Stash, or a Cicada, but what we'll go with the Red Witch. So this is the sound with the Red Witch. So yeah, that's the Red Witch sound. Obviously, then you can also take that and you can push it more and obviously push the output of the Cali. But what I actually going to use now is I'm going to use that high pass filter to push the low end a bit more. So. So you obviously see with the high pass filter, you can actually adjust how the pedal, what you're sending to your effects. So obviously you can boost a little bit of low end in there, or if you have a bass that doesn't have quite as much lows, you can boost them you can push them a little bit. You can mean they're less compressed. It's really handy to be able to adjust effects like that. So let's try it on a distortion. I have a rat-based distortion, the awesome Fuzzerocious rat tail. So again, the Cali, and then the rat tail. So yeah, that's the Cali76 compact bass compressor. Go and check them out on their site. They're really awesome dudes. They sent this out to me originally on loan. I fell in love with it, so I sold my larger Cali76 unit to grab this one. Go check out their site for even more information. If this video hasn't been enough, or if you have any questions about this video, just in the comments below. And obviously it's mine now, so if you want anything specific, just give me a shout on the comments, like I said below, and I'll try and sort it out, and we'll work something out. Anyway, Andy Bassist, out.